everybody, this is Neil down at VIP Mazda. Today we are looking at our new 2018 CX-5. This vehicle got a redesign in 2017, so obviously that's followed over into the 2018. The one we're looking at today is a full load model. This is a GT Tech. You'll also notice that we have some aftermarket wheels on this vehicle. We have some kind of packages that we like to do for our vehicles to kind of show off what you can order. This one here, we've got the 19-inch wheel setup. It does look really nice. There's many different kind of options you can do all through Mazda. So looking at the front end of the vehicle, you're going to notice some changes right away. You'll notice probably initially that the headlights have been kind of shrunk down. They're a little bit more skinny. Now this is done with the new LED technology that you get with your headlights. They can make them smaller. They can kind of shrink them down a little bit. That's kind of what Mazda's done. They're still very powerful, very bright. So along with the new LED headlights, you also have LED fog lights. You've got these little tiny bubble LED fog lights in here. Really small, really powerful, work really well. Going a little bit further back along the vehicle, we see the hood. Now if you come over to this side here, if you look down here, you can see that the hood has actually been raised up above the wiper blades. So this is for noise, for wind, right? Wind comes over the hood, not hitting the wiper blades, comes up along the windshield. That's actually for fuel economy and for to dampen the noise. So if you come in a little bit closer here, you can probably see that they do have a strip that runs along the windshield. So this runs along the wiper blades, along the edge of the windshield. As ice and snow builds up, this will melt it, prevent the wiper blades from actually sticking to the windshield. So another new feature that the Mazda introduced with the redesign was a power liftgate. Okay, so there's motors in the actual liftgate that help it open. Now there's three ways to open it. You can do it with the key fob, you can do it with the button underneath the Mazda logo here, and then you've got a switch, a button inside on the driver's side. So we can open it up, pull this down. So this can be height adjusted. You park your vehicle in your garage, you've got a low garage, you don't want it open quite so much, you can adjust that. So looking inside the trunk of the new CX-5, dimensions haven't changed a lot, but you'll notice probably right away that all of the edges here are felt lined. So there's a couple reasons why they do that. Main one being for sound dampening, part of all the sound dampening that they're doing, and for scratching. You move stuff in and out of your trunk, the plastic's going to get scratched up. This felt, you won't have that happen. Now you want to drop the seats down. Very easy to do. You got a couple tabs here, just pull them, seat drops down. There you go. All three drop down. You can split fold them. You want to put some skis up the middle, you want to put a snowboard up the middle, you can do that. So we're just leaving VIP now. We're going to take our CX-5 for a drive over some of the interior features. All right, so we're out cruising in the CX-5. If you take a look around the interior, you'll notice some changes. A lot of things were redesigned in the interior. You look at the dash, you've got a new dash. The screen's a little bit more integrated into the dash. What Mazda's done too is they're trying to make everything easier to kind of get to, less kind of reaching forward. Everything wanting to be within arm's length, less distracting. Part of that being like the center console. Previously that was lower, that's been moved up, right? Easier to get to the shifter, easier to get to the commander knob. So you look at the door handles, they've been moved back. You know, you're not leaning forward. Everything's kind of a one motion kind of deal. With that new dash came our heads-up display. Now that's available in the GT Tech, the one we're driving now. You've got a cutout in the dash, so that will display speed on the windshield. It almost is like a little hologram. So that'll show speed, lane departure warning. You have your distance recognition, that's shown in the heads-up display. And also your navigation. So you put in an address, the nav will come up on the screen and it will come up on your heads-up display. It'll show you how close you are to turns, where you have to make your turns. It does work really well with the display here. So for anybody who's driven Mazda before the update that Mazda's done here, you will notice right away the sound dampening, kind of what I've been talking about. So the 2016 CX-5, they did some more sound dampening, definitely helped. The 17 really took it to the next level. That is noticeable right away. So when you get a CX-5, when you get into the GT level, you will get definitely a few really nice upgrades. We're sitting on the leather seats, so that's part of the GT. You have the nice full leather setup. They all have the sunroof. They come with the Bose audio system, so you basically got speakers all around you, right, including a center speaker and a sub. So sound with the Bose, very good. You can hook in your phone. You can hook up. There's a few ways to do that. So you can do that through Bluetooth. You can do that through USB. Mazda is working on integrating the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay into their setup in these vehicles. That is in development, and we should be seeing that fairly shortly. So if you buy any new Mazda, there's some standard features now that they all come with, and that would be the city brake support. So that's Mazda's automatic braking system. Works up to 30 kilometers an hour. We've got lasers, we've got cameras behind the mirror here. So that will pick up the vehicle in front of you. Now, if you're driving, you're approaching that vehicle very quickly. You're looking away, you're distracted. The computer will basically detect that you're getting too close. You may end up rear-ending somebody, so it will actually apply the brakes and prevent a crash. So that feature is standard on any new Mazda 2018 and up. That's called City Brake Support. So we're cruising on the highway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enable the radar cruise. So this will follow a vehicle. Well, basically how it works is you turn it on, you set your speed. If you approach a vehicle, they're going slower than you are, it will follow that vehicle in front of you at a distance that you set. They speed up, you speed up with them. It really won't go over the speed you set. It allows you to not do any braking gas, and you can use it in lots of traffic. This system will work all the way down to 0. So if somebody comes to a stop in front of you, this vehicle will come to a complete stop. You got to reinitialize the system, but it definitely will be there. So we'll turn it on, set the speed, take my foot off the gas. So we can increase the speed. You just push the little button here. You can increase the speed. You can change the distance that you want to follow the vehicle in front of you. So if you want to move closer, you want to move further back. Won't really allow you to tailgate people. But yeah, like it's working now. Car's slowing down. It'll follow this car, the speed they do. No foot on the gas. So they drive off. Now it'll resume the speed that I had it set to, but we'll turn it off on the exit. Going on the exit here, we will feel a bit of the G-vectoring control that the Mazda is doing now. That's something they came out with in 2017. So what that is doing is it's minimizing vehicle sway, passenger sway, keeps you sitting level in your seat. You'll feel that mostly on corners, off-ramps, on-ramps. It's all electronically controlled, power, how it's being moved about through the transmission from tire to tire. Over long drives, that's going to reduce fatigue, right? You're going on a 2 or 3 hour drive, windy roads, you're not kind of swaying around as much. That's actually going to reduce fatigue for yourself and your passengers. All right, so we're going to try out the reverse camera. So we put it into reverse. Camera comes up, you've got a few lines there. So it's pretty simple. All you really have to do is get those yellow lines on top of your parking stall lines. Then the vehicle is in the middle of the parking stall. Lines are a little bit worn out on the parking spot, but that's it. So you basically got this little red line here. It's leaving yourself a little bit of a gap. I kind of stop at the line there, then I know I've got a little bit of room. Put it in a drive, done. So looking down at the center console here. So we've got our park brake is in the center console. This was part of the redesign that was done in 2016 and now obviously 17, 18. That's freeing up some space in the center console. You just got the button now. And directly below it, we have auto hold, which is available on the CX-5s. So what that does is, let's say you're driving on the number 1, there's an accident. So then you got to do the brake gas thing for a kilometer, maybe half a kilometer. So instead of doing the brake gas, what you do is, you have your foot on the brake, you turn the auto hold on, the light comes on, you take your foot off the brake, and the brake will stay on. As soon as you touch the gas, the brake comes off. Now it will repeat that step until you turn it off. And this is kind of allowing yourself to sit there without having to hold the brake, put it in park. It's a nice little feature, and that's once again reducing fatigue for the driver. So thanks everybody for coming with me on this test drive today. If you're looking for a new or used vehicle, come see me, Neil, at VIP Mazda. I drive a Mazda myself. I do like them very much. I've had a lot of experience with them, and I'm definitely going to be able to help you guys out. So that should be it. You guys have a good day.